Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? I'm so happy that you're here with me right now. You know, learning English is a journey, and I'm really glad we can take this journey together. Today, we're going to talk about something that connects all of us, no matter where we live or what we do. We're going to explore our daily routines. Yes, the things we do every single day. From the moment we open our eyes in the morning until we close them again at night. I think daily routines are fascinating because they tell us so much about a person's life. And here's the best part. When you can describe your daily routine in English, you have the power to connect with English speakers all around the world. You can share your life, understand their lives, and build real friendships. So let's dive into this topic together. And I promise you, by the end of this lesson, you'll feel much more confident talking about your day. Let's start from the very beginning, shall we? Every day begins the same way for everyone. We wake up. Now, I have to be honest with you, my friend. I'm not a morning person at all. My alarm clock rings at 6:45 every morning, and sometimes I press the snooze button 2 or 3 times before I finally open my eyes. Do you do that too? I think many people struggle with waking up early. But here's what I've learned. The way you start your morning really affects your whole day. If you wake up stressed and in a hurry, your day will probably feel chaotic. But if you wake up calmly and give yourself enough time, everything flows much better. After I finally wake up and accept that yes, it's time to start a new day, I need to get out of bed. This is sometimes the hardest part, especially in winter when it's cold and dark outside and my bed feels so warm and comfortable. But I tell myself, come on, you can do this. And slowly, I push away the blanket and put my feet on the floor. Once I'm standing, I feel a bit more awake. The first place I go is the bathroom. This is where the real waking up happens. I turn on the light, and sometimes it feels too bright for my sleepy eyes. The first thing I do is wash my face with cold water. Oh, my friend, let me tell you, cold water on your face in the morning is like magic. It wakes you up instantly. Your brain suddenly says, okay, I'm awake now. After washing my face, I look in the mirror and see my messy hair. I usually laugh at myself because I look pretty funny in the morning. Then comes one of the most important things we do every day, brushing our teeth. I brush my teeth for about 2 minutes, making sure to clean them properly. Dentists always tell us how important this is, and they're absolutely right. We should brush our teeth at least twice a day, in the morning and before we go to bed at night. I use a soft toothbrush and minty toothpaste. That fresh feeling in your mouth after brushing really helps you feel clean and ready for the day. Now, after I've washed my face and brushed my teeth, my stomach starts to wake up too, and I begin to feel hungry. So I head to the kitchen. The kitchen is my favorite room in the morning because this is where I make breakfast. And let me tell you something important. Breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. I know some people skip breakfast because they're in a hurry or they're not hungry in the morning, but I can't do that. I need breakfast to give me energy. So what do I make for breakfast? Well, it depends on how much time I have and how I'm feeling. On busy mornings, I make something quick and simple. I might make toast with butter and jam, or maybe peanut butter and banana. That's delicious, and it only takes a few minutes. I put 2 slices of bread in the toaster, and while they're toasting, I prepare my coffee. Coffee is absolutely necessary for me in the morning. I can't function without it. I make a strong cup of coffee with just a little bit of milk. The smell of fresh coffee in the morning is one of life's simple pleasures, don't you think? On days when I have more time, maybe on the weekend, I like to make a bigger breakfast. I might make scrambled eggs with cheese, or an omelet with vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, and onions. Sometimes I even make pancakes. Those are special mornings. But during the work week, I usually stick to something simple. Along with my toast and coffee, I often eat some fruit. An apple, a banana, or some berries. Fruit is healthy and gives you natural energy. While I eat breakfast, I usually check my phone. I know. Experts say we shouldn't look at screens first thing in the morning, but I like to check the news and see what's happening in the world. I also check the weather forecast because I need to know how to dress for the day. Is it going to be sunny, rainy, cold? This information is important for choosing my clothes. Speaking of clothes, after I finish breakfast, it's time to get dressed. I go to my bedroom and open my closet. Choosing what to wear can sometimes take a while, especially for important days. If it's a regular work day, I usually wear something professional but comfortable. For men, this might be pants and a shirt, maybe with a sweater. For women, it could be a dress or pants with a nice blouse. The key is to look neat and professional. But if it's the weekend, that's different. On weekends, I wear casual clothes. Jeans, a comfortable t-shirt, maybe a hoodie. It feels so good to wear relaxed clothes after wearing work clothes all week. Once I've chosen my clothes, I put them on and check myself in the mirror. Do I look okay? Is everything matching? Is my hair neat? These little checks are important. Then I put on my shoes. In summer, I might wear light shoes or sneakers. In winter, I need boots because of the rain and cold weather. And if it's winter, I also need to put on a jacket or a coat before I leave the house. I also make sure I have everything I need in my bag. My phone, my wallet, my keys, maybe a water bottle, and some snacks. It's terrible when you leave the house and then realize you forgot something important. Finally, at around 7:30, I leave the house. I close the door, lock it carefully, and start my journey to work. Now, how people get to work is different for everyone. Some people drive their own car. Others take the bus or the train. Some lucky people can walk to work, and some people even ride a bicycle. As for me, I take the subway. The subway station is about a 10-minute walk from my house, so first I walk there. I enjoy this short walk because I get some fresh air and a bit of exercise. When I arrive at the subway station, I go down the stairs and wait on the platform. Usually, the subway comes within a few minutes. It's often quite crowded during rush hour because everyone is going to work at the same time. Sometimes I manage to find a seat, but often I have to stand. The journey to my office takes about 30 minutes. During this time, I usually listen to music with my headphones or listen to an English podcast. Yes, I practice my English even while traveling. Sometimes I also read a book on my phone or check my social media. When the subway arrives at my stop, I get off and walk to my office building. It's a tall building in the city center. I go inside, say good morning to the security guard, and take the elevator to the 5th floor where my office is. I arrive at my desk at around 8:15 or 8:30. I turn on my computer and wait for it to start up. While it's loading, I might chat with my colleagues about the weekend or about what's happening in our lives. Once my computer is ready, I check my emails. This is always the first thing I do at work. There are usually quite a few emails waiting for me. Some are important and urgent, others can wait. I read through them all and respond to the most important ones first. Then I look at my schedule for the day. What meetings do I have? What tasks do I need to complete? I like to make a to-do list because it helps me stay organized and remember everything I need to do. My work involves a lot of different activities. Sometimes I write reports about projects we're working on. Sometimes I analyze data and create presentations. I spend a lot of time working on my computer, typing, reading documents, and looking at spreadsheets. It can be quite intense and requires a lot of concentration. That's why I try to take short breaks every hour or so. I stand up, stretch my arms and legs, maybe walk to the water cooler to get a drink. These little breaks help me stay fresh and focused. Throughout the morning, I also have meetings. Some meetings are with my immediate team, where we discuss our current projects and any problems we're facing. Other meetings are with clients or partners. These days, many meetings happen online through video calls, especially when people are working from different cities or even different countries. I've gotten quite used to video meetings now, though I still prefer meeting people in person when possible. Before I know it, it's already noon, and my stomach is telling me it's time for lunch. Usually, I have lunch around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. I'm lucky because there's a nice cafeteria in our building where I can buy lunch. They have different options every day: sandwiches, salads, hot meals like pasta or rice with chicken or fish. Sometimes I bring lunch from home that I prepared the night before. This is healthier and cheaper, too. I usually eat lunch with my colleagues. We sit together in the cafeteria and talk about things not related to work. It's nice to relax and laugh together. This break in the middle of the day is really important. It gives your brain a rest and helps you recharge for the afternoon. After eating, I sometimes go for a short walk outside if the weather is nice. Just 15 minutes of walking and fresh air can make a big difference. Then it's back to work for the afternoon. The afternoon usually passes more quickly than the morning for some reason. I continue working on my tasks, answering emails, attending meetings, and solving problems. Sometimes unexpected things come up that I need to deal with urgently. That's just part of working life. You have to be flexible and adapt to changes. Finally, at around 5:30 or 6 o'clock, it's time to finish work. I save all my documents, close my computer, and tidy up my desk. I say goodbye to my colleagues who are still there, and then I leave the office. The journey home is similar to the morning, but often it takes a bit longer because there's more traffic and the subway is more crowded. Everyone is going home at the same time, so rush hour in the evening can be quite intense. When I finally arrive home, usually around 6:30 or 7, I feel relieved. I open my door, step inside, and immediately take off my shoes. This is such a good feeling. I change out of my work clothes and put on something comfortable like sweatpants and a t-shirt. Now I can really relax. The evening is my favorite time of day because this is my time. I can do whatever I want. First, I need to think about dinner. Am I going to cook something, or am I too tired? If I have energy and feel like cooking, I enjoy preparing a nice meal. I might cook pasta with tomato sauce and vegetables, or make a stir-fry with rice, chicken, and lots of colorful vegetables. Cooking can be very relaxing and creative. I often listen to music while I cook, and sometimes I even dance a little in the kitchen. But honestly, some evenings I'm just too tired to cook. On those days, I might order food delivery. There are so many apps now that let you order food from different restaurants. Pizza, sushi, Thai food, burgers, whatever you want. The food arrives at your door in about 30 minutes. It's convenient, though I know it's not as healthy or cheap as cooking at home. After dinner, there's always the task of washing the dishes. I have to admit, this is not my favorite activity, but it needs to be done. I fill the sink with warm soapy water and wash all the plates, glasses, pots, and pans. While I'm doing this boring task, I make it more enjoyable by listening to a podcast or some music. Sometimes I even watch a TV show on my laptop that I place on the kitchen counter. These little tricks make the chore more bearable. Once the kitchen is clean, I finally have free time to do things I really enjoy. What do I do with my evenings? Well, it varies. Some nights, I just want to relax and not think about anything. So I sit on my comfortable sofa, turn on the TV, and watch a movie or a series. I love crime dramas and mystery shows. There's something exciting about trying to figure out who committed the crime before the show reveals it. I also enjoy documentaries about nature, history, and science. They're both entertaining and educational. Other evenings, I prefer reading. I'm currently reading a really interesting novel about a woman who travels around the world. Reading is wonderful because it takes you to different places and lets you experience different lives. When I read, I completely forget about my own day and any stress I might have. I usually read for about an hour before bed. I also try to stay connected with my family and friends. I call my parents at least once or twice a week to check how they're doing. We talk about our lives, share news, and sometimes just chat about nothing in particular. These conversations are precious to me. I also keep in touch with friends through messages, video calls, or social media. Even though we're all busy with our own lives, it's important to maintain these relationships. If the weather is nice and I'm not too exhausted, I sometimes go for an evening walk. There's a park near my house with a nice path around it. Walking in the fresh air, especially after sitting at a desk all day, feels really good. It's good exercise, and it helps clear my mind. I usually walk for about 30 or 40 minutes, just enjoying the nature around me and listening to relaxing music through my headphones. As the evening gets later, around 10 or 10:30, I start preparing for bed. I go to the bathroom again and brush my teeth carefully. This time, I take my time because I want to make sure my teeth are really clean before I sleep. Sometimes, I also take a warm shower in the evening instead of in the morning. A warm shower before bed helps me relax and sleep better. Then I change into my pajamas, comfortable clothes made for sleeping. I get into bed, arrange my pillows just the way I like them, and maybe read for another 15 or 20 minutes. This bedtime reading is different from evening reading. I choose something light and easy, not too exciting, because I want to feel sleepy, not wide awake. I also check my alarm for the next morning to make sure it's set correctly. Finally, around 11 o'clock, or sometimes a bit later on weekends, I turn off the light, put my phone on the bedside table, close my eyes, and let myself drift off to sleep. And just like that, another day comes to an end. Tomorrow, the whole routine will start again with the sound of my alarm clock. So, my friend, that's my typical day from beginning to end. Of course, not every day is exactly the same. Sometimes unexpected things happen. Sometimes I have special plans. And weekends are quite different from weekdays. But this routine I've described is what my normal day looks like, and I think it's probably similar to many people's days around the world. Now I want you to think about your own daily routine. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you get to work or school? What do you do in your free time? Try to describe your day in English using the words and expressions you've learned from this lesson. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, my friend. I really hope this lesson has been helpful and enjoyable for you. Remember, learning English is not just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about being able to communicate, to share your life, and to understand others. Keep practicing every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Consistency is the key to success. I wish you a wonderful day ahead, and I hope your daily routine brings you happiness and satisfaction. Take care of yourself, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye, my friend.